What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Seth and we are back in with some more Trove, and today we're going to be taking a sneak peek at all of the new mastery items in Mastery 601 and up, so Mastery 600 to 700, because we actually know what these are, because I'm a high enough mastery to see them all, and thanks to my good friend Stratos, who ended up data mining into the game, he ended up not only grabbing all of the mod files for the mounts and allies and stuff like that, but he also ended up conveniently having them modded in so that we could end up actually showing you guys and gals today all of the items, well, most of the items, not all of them. Now, granted, these are just modifications of already existing items, so we're not going to necessarily see all of the video effects that will end up coming with all of these you know, allies and mounts and stuff like that, but it is kind of a good idea to kind of show you all what we're going to be able to expect. So at Mastery 610, which I feel is a little bit disappointing, moving on from the Phoenix mount, we're just immediately going to be greeted with this little dog ally, the Prosperous Pooch, which doesn't really have the best he doesn't really have the best stats on him. Let me actually see if I can end up finding this right here under the Mastery tab. So he's going to end up giving you 25 Magic Find, minus 8% incoming damage. I wish that these Mastery allies would actually be something good and worth using. I know that they're just supposed to be like gold versions of other things, but seriously, at this point in the Mastery food chain, you would think that we would end up getting something worthwhile. All right, I'm hopping out of there because all of those freaks are standing on me. Like, seriously, what's with you guys? Like, I understand standing beside me, but standing on top of me, it's like, why? You don't even get like a good screenshot or anything. It doesn't make sense. So either way, it's just going to end up, he's stuck down here, stupid ally. It's just going to end up being this little doggy right here, which is a reskin of the Robo Pooch that you could end up getting from playing Atlas Reactor or something like that, right? Let me just get out of this stupid hole, please. And I know my face cam's kind of blocking the screen, so you can't really see it in its entirety, guys. But there's going to be the Illustrious Gembox Ledger at 630, because otherwise at 620, we're going to get 15 Radiant Pancakes, which is okay. You know, the devs like to consider these items very, very important and really, really good just because they throw them in all of their cash shop packs. But personally speaking, I don't think that that's worth it for having 620 mastery. That's just like kind of a filler for the mastery reward rather than giving us something worthwhile. An Illustrious Gembox Ledger or Illustrious Gem Ledger is like that. It's a good reward, but the fact that it only gives you one Illustrious Gembox a week is not, like, that's stupid. That's just an absolute waste of time. Like, make it give me 5, make it give me 10. I'm at the end game by this point. Anyone who has any of this mastery stuff is at the end game by this point. It's ridiculous that they expect you to actually think that this is something good, you know? But then there's going to be at 640, the Golden Squad Quad, which I don't like it. I know that one of you ladies and gents out there might end up liking it. Again, this might not be the video effects for it. Maybe it'll end up being glowy and golden and stuff like that, but it's just a reskin of all of the quad bikes, and for some reason it's just gold. I don't know why. Like, I wish that the Dread mount would have ended up being, you know, a reskin and just be gold rather than all desert themed and weird. But my point is kind of the fact that this is just like this is after the Phoenix, you know, and not like right after. This is like difficult level of mastery to end up actually getting this thing, dude. And it's like, is it worth it? I don't know. I mean, I guess whatever, we're getting free stuff from mastery, so who cares? And then at Mastery 650, we're gonna get the Golden Avis, which I actually really like this. It's this little chicken Ganda ally, and he looks absolutely adorable. Now, fun fact, long time ago, quite a few people ended up actually modding the chicken ally into Ganda, including, you know, B_Yellow, who is one of my favorite modders and made like a plenty of things that have gotten into the game, including the Lego Dragon and stuff like that. But he ended up making a mod of the chicken into Ganda, at which point the developers specifically ended up saying during one of their live streams that they wouldn't end up accepting any Ganda allies because of the fact that they already had one planned. And we were actually quite worried that it was going to end up being like, oh, is this going to be new Trove of Wonder box items, or is it just going to be a whole new slew of Trove of Wonder styled items that are going to end up giving different rewards? But nope, we've just got this full-on ally, like outright. He's just going to end up being from mastery, so that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. I wish he kind of would animate a little bit better than he does, but that's okay. It's, I can't really complain. We got a little Ganda Ally, so why not? The stats on it are just going to be 15% magic damage, 15% of physical damage, also gain a movement speed boost when a nearby enemy dies, which absolutely useless. Like, there's no reason to ever actually use the ally other than using the skin, which, again, it's still cool that we actually have access to it. Then there's going to be the, at Mastery 660 is the Treasured Terrapin. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Treasured Terrapin, which I think I have on my ice stage, actually, which is just going to be this disgusting golden turtle. Again, I don't know if he's got like special VFX and stuff. I love how derpy his face looks. I guess it's cool just because we get like this golden cool kind of turtle thing. But again, like this coming from the Phoenix, it's just like, it doesn't make sense to me, man. Like maybe if the video effects of this are like absolutely beautiful, like it's all glowing and got rainbows and gumdrops come out of it or something, then sure, I'll take it. But as of the actual mount itself, I don't really know. Let's actually take a quick peek. Where's the mastery tab? There it is. I want to see, are any of the stats on these guys different? So it's going to have 110 movement speed, turning rate is 80, acceleration is 16. So it's not particularly good even as a boat mount. It still is going to function, but it's not really going to end up being like really, really good or anything. It doesn't have anything unique or any special characteristics to it, near as I can tell. Again, maybe it will when it ends up actually coming out in the, full release and we end up actually getting access to it, which these are all in the game. It's just, again, we don't necessarily have the proper video effects for them. And then at Mastery 670, now we're starting to get really high up the chain. We've got this Griffin, whoopsie days, this golden, beautiful, radiant Griffin. This is a little bit more what I'm talking about. I feel that this is something that's kind of appropriate for like a late game mastery item. I still don't think that it's something that deserves to be on top of the beautiful Phoenix, but it is still a cool mount, and I could actually see like rocking this on a character and somebody actually walking up to me and being like, dude, that's cool, where did you get that? As opposed to like the turtle, it's like people will ask, but nobody will really care, you know what I mean? Not to mention, we just don't really have enough radiant themed items in the game. So I actually like this. I think that his wings are a little bit too thick, but hey, what are you gonna do, right? Beggars can't be choosers, especially when it comes to the masteryness. And then at Mastery 680, we've got another 15 sovereigns, radiant pancakes, just to fill in the space again. So if you're wondering what those are for, you go to the hub, you trade them with that merchant, and can end up essentially just getting like some gem boxes, a couple golden chaos chests. It's really not worth it, especially for the mastery. Like I would rather even take like maybe 5 gold chaos chests or 10 gold chaos chests, just because of how rare they are to get. And then we've got something interesting. At Mastery 690, we've got the Turret Tiger. Now that's more what I'm talking about. We've actually kind of seen what this looks like in screenshots. I don't have any right now, so I'm sorry I can't really show you guys what it looks like. But there's nothing in the game currently that uses the model that uses the same model that the Turret Tiger does. So we actually can't mod it in. We can't see what it looks like. And because of it, I'm excited, dude. Most of all, the reason why I think it's so cool is because finally we get something that obviously it's called a Turret Tiger. It's going to be a cat type of mount that is going to have a laser shoot off of it. So it's going to be the same as the Triceratops mount, as well as the shark that we ended up getting out of the Chaos chest that actually has a laser on the front. And this is going to end up being a completely new, unique mount all to itself. We are kind of suspect that there might be a PvP equivalent of this same Mastery Tiger that is going to come to Bomber Royale in the future. Just because in the game files, I think one of them was actually called like PvP Cat or PvP Laser Tiger or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but I just know that we had some suspect to think that this might be a different one than the other one, which I don't know. I mean, either way, it does look pretty cool. If this is going to end up being that same one, then this is actually a red mount. It's actually not like golden or radiant or anything like that. Hopefully the laser is actually something useful, because otherwise the lasers are pretty weak. And then finally at Mastery 700, I don't like it. Okay, I'm just going to say that outright. But we're going to end up getting a dragon that is also going to end up being a Magrider. So it's going to be in the same theme as, where is this idiot? That other, well, you guys know, that other $50 dragon, right? That you can end up getting out of the pack. I think he's in Ancestral. Yeah, so here's going to be the Mastery mount, which it's got Magrider speed, mount speed, gliding, and stuff like that. Luxian's slowly making his way in, but it's going to be the same as this guy right here. So this guy is a Magrider, right? And essentially we're going to end up having this other dragon that's going to look very different. And it's, I don't know, where is he? He's reskinned as REM or something. There he is. There you go. So this is going to be Mastery 700, which I'm sure somebody out there is just saying they're like, oh my gosh, I wish I could have that dragon. I don't like it. But I'm the type of person where I think that simplicity is always best. And I feel that this dragon, though cool, is just, it's a bit too much, you know, like there's way too many squares on it. And it's just really, really strange to me, you know. It's still cool. I like that they put a lot of extra effort into it, but his wings are kind of like overly developed fans or something, you know? We don't actually have the video effects for it, so unfortunately we can't see what it's going to end up actually looking like. Maybe is the fire VFX? No, that's just going to be REM's VFX, so we don't know what the VFX are going to be. It could end up being something absolutely majestic, but the dragon itself, I mean, he's cool, don't get me wrong, but to me, I still am going to have to give it to the Mastery Phoenix. Like, this thing just to me is way more cool and beautiful. I mean, most of all, it's just got to do with the fiery wings and stuff like that. So maybe we'll end up seeing some really good video effects coming out of this dragon, including maybe some glowy wings or something like that, or a cool streamline behind us, which would be kind of neat. I would actually like to see some of the Mastery stuff from this point on, and I've said this many times before, but from 700 and up, we need, like, considering how difficult it is to get that much mastery, we really need to start getting some mounts and some items in the game that are going to actually have some function rather than just fashion. Like, I still, to this day, like, I remember even back in the day when mastery was, like, only going up to 100, I kept thinking, like, oh man, wouldn't it be so cool if at a higher tiers of mastery you would end up getting a jetpack that you could end up using to actually fly around in club worlds just for building and stuff like that. Even if it had no function out in the normal adventure world, I would be fine with that. You know, having something that gives you some functionality, or have a dragon that is, you know, the same as the primordial dragon, just because of the fact that you're going to have all the primordial dragons by the time you get to this much mastery, man. Or have it so that it causes like a nuke that just destroys all the blocks in front of you, because again, we're at the end game. I deserve something that's worthwhile. But anyways, that's my 2 cents towards it, ladies and gents. Just wanted to give you a quick sneak peek of all the new stuff. Again, we don't know what the video effects are like, and we're not gonna know what that tiger looks like until we end up either getting a similar skin of the tiger that we can end up remodeling over. But honestly speaking, I don't know if that's going to happen. Maybe it'll come out of PvP, because otherwise getting to this level of mastery is absolutely insane. Because for me, it actually takes 303 mastery points in order to get like a full level. So a dragon doesn't even give me a full mastery level anymore. It's crazy, dude, because it slowly scales up and up and up every mastery level I end up getting, right? So when U10 comes out, I mean, at least we'll be able to get that 610 ally, right? Yeah, that's so cool. Thanks for watching, though, ladies and gents. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, sub, and hit that notification bell. If you want to go the extra mile of supporting me, you can always check the links down below from my merch store, where you can buy this shirt and a bunch of other stuff. But there is also going to be a join button, so you can end up joining for a monthly fee. All it's really going to give you access to is some custom emotes that you can use when I'm live streaming, and then you're also going to end up having a fancy little icon next to your name. And the longer that you actually stay as a member, you're going to actually have your icon change throughout. So kind of a cool little incentive for it. I should really get on making those a little bit cooler, but whatever. If you don't have money but you still want to go the extra mile, though, check links down below for Solidarity app as well as Gawkbox. Those are going to be free ways that you can end up getting some money that you can throw my way, and it really does help out more than you know. Thanks for watching, though. Regardless, everybody, sign over and stay epic.